Hello families, we're into the second week of lockdown, and as I promised in my first video, I'm going to talk to you a little bit more about therapeutic language. Therapeutic language is something that as a BAPT trained play therapist we learn to do as part of our sessions with children to make those sessions therapeutic and to help children to learn how to regulate themselves much better and to process trauma and all sorts of things. But some of the skills that we do learn are very transferable into everyday parenting and for teachers. I know I've certainly taught teachers in schools how to use therapeutic language to help regulate children and calm them and also to limit set. So there's different ways that you can use therapeutic language to help children manage their feelings and regulate much better. After a period of play therapy, quite often parents will say to me, you know, my child now talks to me much more about their feelings, is much calmer, not acting out as much as they were before, and that's generally because of the way that we speak to children that helps link up the different parts of the brain. So we want children to be able to link up the fight or flight with their emotional elements of their brain and their cognitive processing so that they can make more sense of their emotions. So we would see new neural pathways developing so that children can actually regulate much better. Bearing in mind that children do not have a fully developed brain until they're into adulthood, and even us as adults can struggle at times to regulate ourselves. So we're not always going to be regulating ourselves well. In terms of the therapeutic language, what's really key is getting in early and quickly and noticing things really quickly with your child rather than letting them escalate. If you've got a child that's totally dysregulated and totally upset and out of control, they're less likely to be able to hear what you're saying to them and to be able to then regulate as a result of that. So you really need to get in quite quickly with that. So remember from the last video we talked about just noticing with your child what they feel and what they're thinking is the way forward in terms of helping them to regulate and for them to feel that you're empathising and understanding what's going on for them. So to do that in this sort of situation that we're all facing at the moment will really help to regulate and calm them. Some examples of that. Okay. I had a parent say to me this week, my child really said to me, I really want to change my bedroom around. I'm really sick of it. I'm so bored of looking at it. And so that's what we did. We sorted out her bedroom, we changed it all around, and then she was still really unhappy and said I'd ruined it and it was all a mess. Okay. So I said to this parent, bearing in mind that she uses special playtimes with her child and has all those skills and does this really well. She's a great parent. So I said to her, what do you think this is really about? What do you think was going on for your child? And she said, well, she did say to me that she's sick of this coronavirus. She has said to me she's sick of not seeing her friends and not being with her teachers and things all being different. Okay, I said, so she's giving you that information. What did you do at that point when she said that to you? And she said to me, I said to her, we're all in this position together. We're all having to manage this. So, and then she said, I didn't reflect her feelings, did I? And I said, no, and you're really good at this, but we're all stressed at the minute. So she said, right, well, what I should have said to her at that point when she told me that is, this is really hard for you. You're finding this really difficult that everything's changed so much. And she was like, oh, I missed that opportunity. Okay. And then I said, so when your daughter asked you to change the bedroom around, what do you think you could have said? Oh, she said, I could have said to her, this is feeling really different and difficult at the moment. And sometimes we want to just change things just to get some control over it. So you're wanting to change your bedroom because you're feeling all that difference and you want your bedroom to feel different too. Okay. If she'd have reflected that, I don't mind to change her mind about changing the bedroom around. So I said, and when you did change the bedroom around, if you'd have carried on doing that, what do you think you could have said to her at the point where she said, you've made a mess of it, it's not right? She said, I said, what do you think that was about? She said, it's about fear. She's afraid. She's frightened of all the difference that's happening, all the change, all the things that are happening, it's about fear. Bingo. That's exactly what it's about. This child was trying to regulate her own fear by changing things and having some control over her environment and feeling like she could manage something. Okay? So I said, so what could you have reflected? And she said, I could have said to her, you're feeling really frightened at the moment and feel that things have changed so much and you're really wanting this to feel better by changing your bedroom and it's not felt better and you're just really, really fed up with all the difference. And of course she went, this is really what I could have done. But that's fine because we're not perfect and none of us are perfect. And she said, I will do that next time. And she asked me to share that on my video, that this is what she'd come up with and these are the conclusions. And she said, I spoke to her again today and she said, I did do that. When it came up again and she was upset, I then was able to reflect to her that she was finding this difficult, that this time's really hard. And I said, and how did she respond? She calmed down instantly. She calmed and she didn't get as angry or as out of control as she was doing. So it's just really important to try and think about, what is that about with my child? Are they feeling frightened of the situation? Are they hearing things that's making them feel like they need to take some level of control over it, and try to just reflect that with them? Okay, in terms of the limit setting element of using therapeutic language, all that is using their wish and their feeling, but then setting that limit around what your expectations are. Okay, so in the current situation, it might be that you've got a child that's lashing out because they're feeling really frustrated and pent up, and all you would do is say, you're really feeling fed up with how things are and you're really angry, but it's not okay for you to hit me. I'm not for hitting. Okay, so using that wish and feeling as part of the limit setting. So I'm not saying or advocating that children should be out of control and not have the boundaries that they need, because of course they do and we all do. But it's really important that if you want them to regulate and manage and listen to what you have to say, and for you to have a sense of control, if you use their feelings and wishes in that, then they'll manage that much better. Okay, I hope that helped. Again, I don't want to talk for too long because it's a lot to take in if I talk too long. But if there's anything else you want me to talk about, please ask. Okay, take care.